Is that the movie with the dog?
No, that's God, Sylvester Stallone had another one with a dog.
It's Monday, 25th of July, 2016. It's time now for episode 68 of the Lazy Couch Podcast. We're here to give you a weekly dose of tech news, gadgets, pop culture, and all things geeky. Broadcasting all the way from the TLC studios in Sydney, Australia. My name is Geoff Kim, and please take me to San Diego.
My name is Kelvin Lee, and I need friends.
Oh, Kelvin.
I know.
What's wrong?
I don't know.
It's gotten into you.
Yeah, I know. If the Flash has this problem, everyone has this problem.
Okay, we can be friends.
I know. So that's a little bit of a lead up to one of the 17,000 trailers we're going to be looking through today. Thanks to...
this could be a long episode.
It could be a long episode. So put your seatbelt on and get ready for the ride. Yeah,
but let's just talk about the week. I don't know. It's been a pretty non-eventful week for me. But earlier today, even at work, we... had a visit from Guy Kawasaki.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Guy Kawasaki worked at Apple as a chief evangelist from the early 80s. I think he's mentioned 1983 to 1987.
From the original Macintosh days. Yeah.
So back then when the Macintosh had, 128 kilobytes of memory or something, 5 megabytes of hard drive space, that sort of thing. And then he came back for a second stint, I think. But the whole talk was about the 10 things you learned from Jobs and that sort of stuff. What stood out for you?
He didn't give too much away, I suppose, about Steve. There were some curly questions from the audience, but apparently he's been doing this talk for the last 10 years. So one thing per year, maybe.
Yeah.
I think I've got some good stuff. I think the Q&A is probably more valuable than anything. We got to hear about some PowerPoint tips.
Yeah, that's always exciting.
Apparently, you should use a really large font.
Yeah, like 200 points, apparently.
200 points, yes, that's right. I think one good thing that stood out was the saying, some things need to be believed to be seen, which is a Steve Jobs mantra. So it's like he really pushed the boundaries, I suppose, to get stuff done. And it's more about belief, isn't it? Like I think, especially in the corporate world, you really need to see something to go ahead to the next thing. But this is like totally opposite to that.
And one of the things he said that stood out for me was he was saying that the next Steve Jobs is Elon Musk. I thought that was really interesting.
I think Elon has gone beyond Steve because he is a bit of a firebrand as well. He probably isn't like as brash, but privately, apparently he berates people just as much.
Yeah, I don't think they're nice guys per se.
Yeah.
And those are one of the questions, right? If he's that much of a asshole, can we say that? Why do you love this guy so much? And what Guy really said was, well, he made it work. You know what I mean? Sure, there are assholes everywhere, but did they make it work?
Yes.
Nope.
And on behalf of America, he also apologized for Donald Trump, which is interesting.
I think any American who leaves America is probably doing that right now, just apologizing.
Is he Canadian? No, I guess he's American.
If you want to watch that speech, that presentation, go onto Guy Kawasaki's page because he had it on Facebook Live. At the end of it, you may get a certain podcaster asking a particularly not so good question. So watch out for that.
Yes, and quick shout out to 2 comments that was left on iTunes. I didn't even realize, like in the last couple of weeks. So Von Paul, thank you, and also Mini Treehouse, avid listeners, I believe. Entertaining, witty, and slightly nutty.
See, what I want to know is, are you the nutty guy or am I the nutty guy?
Well, I don't know about the first 2 bits. I definitely agree about the third one. And also, great updates on tech and geeky news. Hey. Nice smiley face.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Looks like they get what we're trying to go for here.
Yeah. All right. So this week on the Lazy Couch podcast, we'll be covering San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, but before that, did someone actually buy Yahoo? All this and more. Onto the news, Batman.
Villager news. Who are you calling Batman? All right. So Yahoo, do you remember Yahoo? It's a company way back when.
Yeah.
Apparently still around. No, so this week, big news, I suppose. It's a pretty slow news week in tech, but Yahoo has cut a deal with Verizon, who's going to buy them out for $4.8 billion, and they're going to get their core business. Which
who knows what that is anymore?
Yeah, what is a core business of
buying
Yahoo?
Stuff?
Just something we've been asking on this podcast for a while, but it's finally happened. So you talk about the what was it, the Black Book?
Yeah,
some weeks ago, Kelvin.
Yeah.
But $4.8 billion. It's a bit of a fall from grace because, at one stage it was valued $125 billion in the year 2000.
Should have sold out then.
Yeah, and I think probably like 2006, 2007 time frame, I think Microsoft offered $48 billion or something like that. So it's just been going down and down. So Marissa Mayer, she's going to get her golden parachute.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's reportedly getting around $57 million.
That is just like...
Yeah.
It's $57 million.
Happens. Yes, this is why I should do an MBA, I think.
Yeah, we all should.
Yes. Stock prices, yes. So apparently, they still have a little bit of stake with Alibaba because they sold most of that early in the year, or was it last year, perhaps? So yeah. What else do they have? I'm not sure if Tumblr is considered core business. I'm not sure. We're reading the New York Times article that went up about a few hours ago, but yeah, no mention of Tumblr here.
Yeah, I don't know what Verizon's going to do with this. I guess, one of the good things about Yahoo is it does have a global reach. Verizon is predominantly American.
Yeah. It still gets eyeballs. There's still 1 billion visitors a month.
Yeah, and it still has partnerships with, Apple and all that. So there's a lot in it. I mean, and 5 billion, I guess, is a good price considering what, SoftBank bought ARM for. This is 4 times Instagram.
Yeah, for me though, I think I'm not sure what's going to happen with Yahoo Fantasy because that's a big service that I use a lot.
Yeah, and it's the best.
It is the best, yeah.
It is the best football league system
or
tool. So I don't know. Is that part of the core business? Probably is. And good on Verizon for taking a bet, and we'll see what happens. The next piece of news, if you want to keep going, is what's missing in my life?
Pikachu.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
So Hollywood is going to cash in on the Pokemon fever with a live-action detective Pikachu.
Called Pikamon.
Yeah, Pikamon. That's what happens when you read these things for too much. This is what happens when you get too much Pokemon news. So that's right. There's going to be a Pikachu movie.
So this is week 3 of Pokemon.
Yeah.
We'll see how long it's going to last. Let's keep track of this.
Yeah,
so
I think what they're learning from is Angry Birds, right? It took them way too long to make the movie. So this is sort of learning from the past, So Legendary Pictures plans to do that. It's going to be around Detective Pikachu. I didn't realize there were different. I didn't really see different job descriptions. So it's going to be happening sometime soon. Very little is known about it. So watch this space. Detective Pikachu coming soon to a theater near you.
So that's going to be interesting because all they can say is Pika. No, just Pika.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Pika. Like this is like happy Pikachu. Pika. This is angry Pikachu. Pika.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah, great range of acting there for Pika.
Thank you. I'm going for the part. All right, in other news, Citymapper is actually now finally in Sydney and Melbourne. Citymapper, do you remember them?
Yeah, we were just talking about it before the show. Years ago when they first came out, they were like, if you want your city as part of our thing, vote for us. And we all voted.
In 2011, because I remember when I went to New York for the first time, I was like, I found this in New York and was like, man, this would be so awesome in Sydney.
Yeah. What makes it so special though? So you've been using it for a few days?
Yes, I think it happened over the weekend. I went down to Cronulla to watch the Sharkies again. 15 in a row, by the way, Kelvin. 15.
Yeah, putting it down.
Keeping the dream alive. What's better about it? I think it's very similar to Google Maps, I suppose, but it's like this is the core service in terms of directions. Whereas Google Maps is a range of things where directions is part of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main difference. And I remember reading a Medium article probably a couple of years ago. What are you doing?
I'm just playing Citymapper. I'm looking at Citymapper right now because it has got that funky directional map thing. So I'm just trying to look. Yeah. It shows you where you're facing and everything. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anyway, there was a Medium article a couple of years ago that from a design sort of point of view and UX point of view, it really broke down the differences between Citymapper and Google Maps. And I think even since then, Citymapper has improved, whereas Google Maps is probably still the same. So look, if you're in Sydney and Melbourne, if you don't know about it, go download those apps right now, or the app in both iOS and Android. The good thing is, like, if you have a daily commute to work, like most people, I don't really commute because it's a 15-minute walk, but it gives you the options of which buses are quicker. Like it's tracking traffic conditions. If train lines are down for some reason, it's all in real time, and you can see, like, based on those routes, when you will arrive at work.
Right. That's pretty cool.
That comes up as a notification straight away, at least on Android. I'm not sure about iOS. Yeah.
So I'll be trying it for a few days, and I might report back next week.
Great.
So the next piece of news comes from our modern-day Iron Man, Elon Musk.
Modern-day Steve Jobs.
Modern-day Steve Jobs. So that's what Guy Kawasaki said during his talk. They were like, Steve Jobs, it may be gone, but he feels that, Elon Musk could take that mantle and take it far. So what's news? He actually came out and released his big plan to disrupt a lot of different industries. So 4 things came out. The first one was he's going to create more solar roofs with integrated battery storage, which we covered last week I think maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, where he bought Solar City, which is another one of his companies. So you have Tesla making the batteries, and you have Solar City making the solar panels. So win-win all around. The second thing is to expand the electric vehicle production line to address all major segments. So that includes trucks, buses, logistics, maybe even bikes. That would be pretty cool. So you can imagine on these super highways, you get these electric lorries or trucks, 18-wheelers, just chugging away and just taking stuff around. So nothing's really disrupted that industry. So hopefully Elon does well there. The third one is develop a self-driving capability that is 10 times safer than manual via the massive fleet learning. So he's aiming for 10 times the safety record. Considering what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, this would be a good thing. And the fourth one, which I find really interesting, is enable your car to make money for you while you're not using it. So you can do autonomous driving. You leave your car, put it in taxi mode, and it goes out to pick people up and take them to places.
Okay.
So his vision is, yes, you're going to pay a bit more for Tesla, but it'll make money for you when you're not using it, which I think is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, so I think this is actually the second part of his master plan. The first part he actually wrote back in 2006 or 2007 when he first announced Tesla. And I think on his blog post, he made a very strong point that he did this, 10 years ago with the first part. And he's actually on track, if not ahead of that first master plan.
Isn't that creepy, slightly? So, his plan is working, his evil plan is working out.
Yes. Just with the solar roof part, I think that makes sense because of the design of the, what was it? Is it the Model X, which is the hybrid, or would you say like a hybrid family car? What is it?
Yeah. It's a friendly, family
SUV.
friendly
It's
car.
an SUV, right? So the roof is actually continuous from, the front windscreen goes all the way to the back. So that could totally be a sunroof.
Yeah, definitely. So, in summary, he's got energy lockdown, logistics, public transport, personal transportation, all done up in one nice plan. That'll keep him busy for about 40 years.
Okay, staying on Elon Musk and evil plans. DARPA, which is I don't know what that stands for. Yes, I do. It's the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency in America.
Yeah.
So, they're known to be, very strong in robotics and AI and that sort of thing. And actually, the internet started from DARPA, didn't it? Anyway, so they've got this Cyber Grand Challenge that's happening right now. It's a 7-team event. The first prize, I think, is worth $2 million, but the whole sort of price range or the award range goes across $3.75 million. And it's a hacking tournament. And this is, I suppose it's kind of like penetration testing, trying to find holes, but using AI to do that. So kind of self-learning. So just the whole concept of a self-learning thing or entity that can find security flaws and holes and get around them to do things that you ask him to. So Elon Musk actually tweeted to them, just replied to them saying, hey, this is what may lead to Skynet.
Yeah, and he's been right about a lot of things. So on paper, what DARPA is saying they want to do is create a automated AI that is capable of detecting and resolving bugs in a computer security system. That's basically playing the role of a hacker.
Yeah, that's it.
A computer hacking another computer. Yep, that's how it starts.
Yes.
Typically.
You've all seen the movie War Games, right?
Yeah.
With Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was from the 80s, mid-80s. Actually, that's actually one of my favorite movies growing up. But that kind of reminds me of that. It was in those days, you had to sort of use like a rotary telephone and attach it to a modem.
Yeah.
Back in the mid-80s. Anyway, I think that's it for tech news. So you're listening to The Lazy Couch. My name is Geoff Kim.
My name is Kelvin Lee. This is your weekly fix for tech news, gadgets, movies, and pop culture. If this is your first time listening to us, don't forget to subscribe. Now, on to the big one, SDCC.
What? It's the Batcave! Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh! Batman! Whoa!
You're darn right, whoa.
Wait, does Batman live in Bruce Wayne's basement?
No, Bruce Wayne lives in Batman's attic.
Wow!
All right, San Diego Comic-Con. This is a big feature. This is going to be our one feature of the week. But there's so much to go through.
Yeah.
So much to go through. So all the big events or the big companies were there. DC, Marvel,
CW,
Star Trek,
stuff from
all the new
Netflix.
movies coming out, CW. Anyway, like we thought we'd try to talk about these things in somewhat of an order. There was leading up to it, I knew it was going to be a big thing, so I was like trying to look for some sort of previews. Actually, like Kelvin, I was saying this last week, but we really need to go next year.
I know. It'd be so big. San Diego. I've never been to San Diego. Have you?
No, not San Diego. No.
Yeah. So no, it's just amazing. Everyone is there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get just 1 star. You don't get just 2 stars. For example, you get the entire Suicide Squad. It looks amazing. The cosplay looks top notch. So yeah, no, I think we definitely have to try and make it there.
Sure. I think tickets are quite cheap. I don't know if you have to go on a ballot to get them, but we should look into accommodation straight away.
Yeah, straight away. Right now, people are already
yes.
planning. It's going to be expensive, but we'll figure something out.
All right. So first, we're going to start with DC, the DC Movieverse. So Justice League trailer. It dropped, I think, Sunday morning. You sent me a text about that, and that was a bit of a surprise for everyone, I thought.
Because I thought the entire focus was going to be on Wonder Woman. But, we knew that Gal Gadot was also filming Justice League because she couldn't make it to Supernova here in Sydney.
That's right, yeah.
So that was kind of sad. So, a couple of very sort of big details dropped. You saw Cyborg for the first time. You saw Ezra Miller as the Flash in the actual suit. You saw interaction, between the Justice League. Not a little bit on Aquaman, but you don't see him as part of that team. He's going to play hard to get from what you can tell so far. But no, everyone looks great. A lot lighter than Batman vs. Superman. I don't know what sort of changed. Bruce Wayne must have been Clark Kent dying or something because he's a lot more jovial. Is that...
Well, in Batman and Superman, there was a side to him where he kind of joked around, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Like, is she with you?
Yeah, and the funny thing about this trailer is you see a lot more Bruce Wayne than Batman. When he goes recruiting Aquaman and the Flash and talking to Wonder Woman, he doesn't do it as Batman. He does it as Bruce Wayne.
That's right, yeah.
So maybe this is just to sort of show the Bruce Wayne side of Batman rather than Batman.
Yeah, so this is coming out late next year. So this is after Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, this I guess you could call it a trailer, but it got a little bit of a insight into the the box sort of.
Yeah, not the boom box. I wasn't supposed to say boom box. We'll find out.
Yeah. So the Steppenwolf, the villain, was kind of teased in the deleted scenes of Batman vs Superman. Also, this box was used to create Cyborg, I think.
That's right.
That email attachment.
The email attachment, you see it fuse with Cyborg to create what he is. So that's quite interesting.
Is it the fuse box?
Mother box?
The mother box, that's it.
Is it the mother box? The mother box? Like, yes, it's the mother box. Boom box.
It's a mother of all boxes.
Yeah, it's a mother of all boom boxes. So does this sort of help you sort of spike it up a little bit? Do you want to watch it more? Do you feel like it's going to be better than actually anything's going to be better than Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, I feel like we saw a little bit too much. I think because I don't know, like it's 18 months away. Isn't it?
Yeah, and the way they framed it, if you look at the trailer, it's actual footage. You know what I mean? It wasn't designed as a trailer. I think they had to get something at the Comic-Con because of how bad BVS was, and not only just that, the ultimate version of BVS on the Blu-ray didn't seem to really calm a lot of the fears for the DC universe.
I mean, I would have been perfectly fine if they, because they dropped this on YouTube like straight away.
Yeah.
Unlike some of the other ones, like we'll talk about later, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, that still hasn't really come out publicly. I would have been perfectly fine if they showed it at Whole H and, you know, just sort of build up hype that way rather than, you know, just showing it to the public 18 months before it comes out. It's just crazy, yeah.
I remember last year's SDWC, you and I were just looking at grainy film from some guy's camera. But now they're a lot more open. I think DC, but the problem is DC can't afford to be picky right now. They have to do this.
But to drop two like trailers back to back, I mean, Wonder Woman is in both movies. Yeah, Wonder Woman and Justice
It got a bit
League.
Confusing actually. I was like, what am I watching here?
Yeah. Should we move on to Wonder Woman then?
Yes, good segue. Wonder Woman. The first scene shows Chris Pine, who plays, is he Sergeant Trevor? Captain Trevor? Sergeant. I'm going to call him Sergeant Trevor, washed up on the beach, and she goes, "You're a man." So it shows her very, very early on. I think this is, I know, the nerds have already broken it down. This is 1916 because of one footage. You get to see the helmet of one of the soldiers, and they go through in detail why the helmets being used by the Nazis were actually from 1916.
And the design of Steve's badge.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The music was back. You know, the electric guitar. The Amazonian music. I love that.
Great.
And as you said, this is what's set in World War One. I find it a bit weird that she's still got the same outfit, same costume.
Yeah, so
100 years later.
The weapons are slightly different shield, different sword, but obviously she has the lasso of truth. The one thing I like the most was there was certain vulnerability to her. I know, she's there stopping bullets with her shield, but the bullets had actual impact. I'm not sure whether this is a Zack Snyder thing because he puts a lot of focus on little things like that, like the recoil action of a gun or a bullet bouncing off your armor. So I like that. It was very, very gritty type action. A lot of slow motion though. You can already see in the trailer, like slow motion, her sliding on the shield and taking out someone's legs and stuff. A lot more usage of the lasso of truth, so that's pretty cool as well.
It kind of glows, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I remember one of the guys mentioned you still don't see her fly yet.
Yeah, right.
But you see her do that a little bit in BVS.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So it's still early days for Diana.
And there's rumors like in between, well, she's been around for 5,000 years. So maybe she's had a duel or some sort of I don't know, some sort of duel with Darkseid already.
Yeah. The rumors that she may have already encountered Darkseid, who could or could not be the villain for Justice League. There's a couple of rumors going out. It could be one of his generals instead.
So it sounds like this mother box is the thread between the DC universe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's how you travel between Darkseid's world and Earth. So that's how they used to travel back and forth.
All right.
Wonder Woman's good, but they dropped another trailer, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, this is kind of like an updated. I don't know I think they call it a mixtape, didn't they?
Yeah, because they also dropped individual scenes for each of the characters.
I feel like I've seen the whole movie, Kelvin.
I know that's the worry I have right now. How long is this movie? Because we've seen some really awesome bits.
Yeah. It makes for a great music video, but does it make a great, 90, 100-minute film? I'm not. We'll have to find out in a couple of months.
So there's a lot of pressure. I think BVS didn't do the DC universe any sort of, didn't do it any good at all because now everything has to perform because it was that bad. So I hope Suicide Squad isn't a setup for Suicide Squad 2. I hope it does pull a Guardians of the Galaxy and surprise everyone. It has to, right? I mean, it's got top stars. It's got so much social media.
I don't know if it's
going
gonna
on.
have like massive like mainstream appeal like Guardians of the Galaxy, because I mean it's no one's heard of him. I think with Suicide Squad you probably know the Joker. Who else do you know? Like Harley Quinn if you're a
if you're an animated series or a Batman fan. No one else. You got to be really hardcore to know anyone else. What about the storyline? So I've been reading that there are rumors that the storyline is going to center around Joker trying to get Harley back.
Right.
So that'd be interesting. But in the trailer, it also did show them fighting this whirlwind of cars, sort of swirling around in the middle of nowhere. I don't know any villain I can think of right now that can generate.
Well, I
that
think
sort of
Tattoo Man. I think that's Common's character.
Yeah.
So Tattoo Man, I don't know if you know, but I don't know too much. But he's got tattoos that can sort of animate and become things.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
Or he gets tattoos to make them into weapons or weaponized.
Yeah, and
things.
the one character I really wanted to see a lot, which has been, I'm not sure whether it's purposely left out, is the Enchantress. So you get Carly Delevingne, I think, which is how you say her name. I'm wondering, because she's a witch, right? She can take on anything, really.
Right.
There's nothing that can stop her, right? It's witchcraft. It's the mystical art.
You don't actually see her with the other members of the Suicide Squad, so I think she's a separate thing. But yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what role she plays. I think there's something going on there. So that's my prediction for the movie.
Okay.
I think she's going to play a bigger part, and I think she could actually jump across.
Yeah.
From being bad to being evil.
Ooh. Okay. On that. We just saw a little clip of the panel.
Yeah.
And Will Smith was there, and he was talking about how David Ayer, the director, the first thing he said to all the cast was, "This is not a movie about good versus evil. This is a movie about bad versus evil."
I love that. I think that's such a good line because it gives the actors so much more freedom. You know what I mean? You don't have to try and play good and bad at the same time, which is going to be hard as hell.
Yeah.
So that'd be really interesting. Also, they show a lot more footage around how Amanda Walker, who runs the Suicide Squad, sort of pushed and she spoke about Goliath, who is a sort of like the giant man of DC.
Ah, okay.
So it'd be quite interesting to see what else happened between Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad, and the things that happen in, I don't think it's New York. Avengers only use New York, but what else happened? So it'd be quite interesting to see what pushed them.
So there could be literally maybe 20 characters in this movie?
Yeah, so 4 hours later, you'll be done.
Okay. They'll have to do a sequel, yes. Anything else about DC? Oh, Batman Lego movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that trailer dropped.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite out of DC, I've got to say. We heard a little bit of Michael Cera playing, is it Robin?
He's playing Robin.
He's playing Robin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know, that was so funny.
Yeah.
So no, it looks like really well. All the Lego movies are really well made. And this looks exactly just like the rest. But obviously with a bit of dark humor because it is Batman. Joker's gonna be in it. Batman's gonna be in it. Robin's gonna be in it. I think it's
Alfred,
who plays the parent for some reason.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good fun movie. I think not just for the kids, but it's gonna be just like the Lego movie where some adults can also relate to it.
So shout out to the guys at Animal Logic who's in Sydney, who's probably working on that day and night right now to finish the movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be so
I think
cool.
that's coming out this year.
Hopefully.
Maybe late this year. Really looking forward to that. All right. Do we want to go to CW now? CW, so that's the TV side of DC.
Yep.
It's probably worth going through some of those. I don't watch the shows here.
Yeah, I think the only one I can put up with is The Flash.
The Flash, yeah.
I'm through half of season 1, so I've got a bit of catching up. What was dropped at SDWC is the season 3. The reason why I'm so interested about this is because it covers a comic book story arc of Flash called Flashpoint. So just a real quick one. Flash's mom is killed by Reverse Flash, so he travels through time because he can do that, and he stops it from happening.
In the spirit of reversing things, this is a reverse spoiler alert. Because,
that's
didn't
right.
want to hear that.
I'm going to go through the comic book sort of version of it because obviously I haven't watched
Actually, this whole episode is going to be spoiler full. So, Anyway, if you get spoiled, apologies. This is all rumors and innuendo. Yes, so
that's correct.
Yeah.
As we traveled through back podcast time to tell you it's full of spoilers. So Flashpoint happens, but he ruins everything. So in the comic book, as well as a really good animated movie,
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's really good. He screws up things. For example, Bruce Wayne is the one that dies, and his Thomas Wayne becomes Batman.
That's right. Yeah.
So he screws up the entire timeline. So they're going to try and cover this in season 3. So I'm going to try and catch up and see how they pull that off. The others, like Legends of Tomorrow season 2, Arrow season 5, and iZombie season 2, kind of, you can live without them. iZombie seems kind of funny. I've watched 1 or 2 episodes of that. It's about a girl who has to eat brains, and she gets memories from those brains and help them solve their murders and things like that. So it's quite fun.
That's not it's not a DC property, is it? Or?
It's a comic book, but they messed it up a little bit.
Right.
If you're interested to know more, Comic Girl 19, who's a YouTube video star, she covers that quite well. Legends of Tomorrow, oh god, I can't watch that. It's like a cheap Avengers based on very sort of far-fetched DC properties. There's a guy called the Atom, who is basically Iron Man, and things like that. I don't know.
The one that Brendan Routh? He was like the Superman before Henry Cavill's Superman.
Oh,
the Superman Returns, was that it?
Yes. Was he in it?
Yeah, he's the Atom, I think.
Oh, is he? Oh, he was horrible. And there's the Doctor Who guy. So who plays some timekeeper thing? Anyway, overall horrible. And I know Arrow has a good cult following. So if you're into it, season 5 is coming.
I mean, that's the original one out of that sort of the CW sort of universe. It's so much so that it's called the Arrowverse, which is something I heard this week.
The Arrowverse.
The Arrowverse. Okay, let's go to Marvel.
Yeah,
I think we're looking forward to this one. Big trailers, Doctor Strange. Actually, that was probably the only trailer out of the movies. Doctor Strange is out just in a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
But we got to see a little bit more. Some of the quirky, eclectic, otherworldly kind of thing with building just folding over.
Very Inception-y.
Yeah, you know what? So much so that I actually watched Inception the other night on the weekend because it reminded me of a time. I think it was all subliminal as well because I was just going through Netflix. So what can I watch tonight? And you were like, I chose Inception. Okay, there you
go. So yeah, you get to see a lot more. You get to see him put on the cape, which is exciting for a lot of Doctor Strange fans.
I don't know if he put it on, just kind of like he floated on.
Yeah, he floated on himself.
Yes.
Shows you a lot more. Shows a bit of Mads Mikkelsen's villainous character. He looks amazing as a villain. Hannibal, he's scary as hell. I don't know too much about Doctor Strange. All I know is he plays a huge part in Civil War in the comic books. So not so much in the Marvel Universe, but he's going to be a key character. Now also, so with Guardians of the Galaxy, you get Marvel going to space. And now with Doctor Strange, you get them going to the mystical side of things, which is going to be huge.
Magic.
And in my view as well, I think DC has a much better magical universe. So they've got Constantine.
Yes.
And they have Zatanna. So I think they have a lot more, but it looks like Marvel beat them.
Do they have a crossover like Constantine and Doctor Strange?
I don't know. Don't think so. It's been a while since we've seen a Marvel DC crossover.
I'm sure it's happened. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I think it's a bit sad that Marvel beat them to it again. I mean, they do have Constantine, the TV show, which only ran for like a season or something.
Yeah, I think the big thing though is like this is a total different direction again from Marvel Studios. Actually, do you like the new logo? I don't know.
It's kind of white on red.
I prefer the big Marvel with big font.
Yeah.
Anyway, beside the point. But yeah, very different sort of look and feel, different direction. I guess this is you're gonna see things that you haven't seen in the Marvel movies before. So very interesting. Looking forward to it, I guess. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy, which is Volume 2. That's we got the teaser for that. Actually, the world didn't get it. People in Hall H that lined up for 6 hours, they probably got to see the trailer as well as, I think, a 5-minute scene from the sounds of it.
Wow.
The big reveal here is that Kurt Russell, we knew that he was going to be in the movie, but he's been confirmed as Star-Lord's dad. And is he, what sort of dad is he? He's actually a planet.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm really confused about.
Do you know much about Ego, the living planet?
Not a lot.
Okay. He's a planet with a beard.
And a big ego.
and a space dong.
Do we know much about Sylvester Stallone's character in Guardians?
So he was in the clip that they showed or in the trailer,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was revealed. He wasn't there at Comic-Con.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no Tango and Cash happening.
Oh, yeah, Tango and Cash. Is that the movie with the dog?
No, that's God. Sylvester Stallone had another one with a
Okay.
dog.
Yes. Anyway, Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch. That's right.
That was Tom Hanks.
Wait, what?
Turner and Hooch is Tom Hanks. No, Stallone. Okay. Yes. Okay. So Kurt Russell, he was there. He probably got the biggest ovation at the panel, and
The mood dropped a little when he announced that he was a planet. I felt like the crowd just went, huh?
So apparently he can become a humanoid kind of form. So I don't really get it. Like, in the comics, I don't know if you read this part. No one's really read Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't think. But it's going to be interesting to see how Star-Lord was created.
Yeah, how can a planet be his dad? This is the thing I don't get. I thought Star-Lord's dad was I forgot that alien race. Anyway, yeah, a lot still unknown. We've got to wait till the trailer drop. And I think Marvel didn't want to risk it because there's too much. I think DC got them there. They just went drop, and then Marvel's like, I'm not competing with this.
Do you feel like they should have kept this secret? Is this a big reveal, or do you think they would have shown the planet anyway in the trailers? So let's just bring it out there. Kurt Russell is a planet.
I don't know what they were going for there, to be honest. Yeah, but they could have definitely dropped some sort of teaser that would have confused the hell out of anyone. You know, they could just show the planet with Kurt Russell's face on it.
Yeah, so the guys at Schmoes Knows, one of our favorite channels on YouTube, they were very excited. They instantly, they remembered how good Rocket Raccoon was. How come Bradley Cooper wasn't in the panel? Was he? No,
he wasn't.
Or Vin Diesel. They were like crapping on about Groot,
Baby Groot. Apparently, he's going to be a baby in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, we saw that in the outro of the first one.
Yeah, so apparently he stays in that form for quite some time. But no, a lot of new characters as well. There's going to be Mantis. So it'll be really interesting. I think it's going to be good.
Yes, a lot of female characters in this one, isn't there? Like Aisha is the new villain.
Yeah, it's going to have a good mix.
Mantis is a new character, yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for it.
All right. The other sort of reveal from that panel was that Brie Larson is going to be Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yes, so this has been rumored and I think half sort of confirmed in the last few months, but she actually came out onto the stage right at the last bit of the panel, so yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
Are you a big fan of Captain Marvel?
She is going to play a much bigger part, and not just in the comic universe, but also in the Citymapper, because she is the Captain America in Civil War 2. So she's obviously got big plans planned out for her, and I think we need more female superheroes.
So this is Carol Danvers' version of Captain Marvel. So she's the one in Civil War 2?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
So she's going to be really big on both ends of the Cinemapper as well as the comic universe. So we know nothing. No sort of storyline. We don't know what the costume looks like.
It's a very iconic costume, so hopefully they stick fairly true to that, and not blue and red costume with the star in the middle. Yeah,
hopefully not don't go full leather like the X-Men, because that would be disappointing.
Yes. Also, Black Panther had a very small panel, a separate panel. That movie's dropping, I think, early next year. So they had Michael B. Jordan, as well as T'Challa actor. Name escapes me, but him, and also Lupita Nyong'o. So these two guys are pretty much the it things in Hollywood right now, aren't they?
Yeah. So did you see the panel by any chance?
I haven't seen the footage of the panel, but I think it's one to check out. We'll probably clip it. Hopefully, there's a lot of things to clip in this one, so I'm going to be busy tonight.
His name is Chadwick Boseman.
That's it.
Chadwick Boseman.
He was really great in Civil War.
Yeah, no, I loved him. I think one of the standouts. But I think it's good that they didn't reveal too much, because there's too much happening here, man. Doctor Strange would have, killed the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm glad they didn't overdo it.
The other thing that I want to quickly touch on was Thor Ragnarok's logo. So retro.
So 8-bit.
8-bit, and also, what was that, Tubular?
Yeah, Tubular. It's very tubular.
And we got a little bit of an insight into Hulk's potential outfit, which is going to be like a gladiator kind of thing. So Hulk in gladiator mode, that would be cool.
That would be scary.
Planet Hulk.
Yeah. And the really unexpected one was the new TV series, Legion.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I watched this just today. One of the things I didn't catch up on in the last 3 days. So it features David Charles Heller, who is actually Professor X's affair baby, I call it.
Is that with Rose Byrne's?
No, not
It's
Moira.
not.
So, but Moira ends up taking care of him. So the story is David Heller. He's obviously the baby of Magneto, has superb psychic powers. Gets into a car accident after a terrorist attack, and because of that accident, his personality splits in fragments.
Right.
And during that accident, he actually took on the mind of one of the terrorists because he didn't know how to control his powers.
Right.
So he's got a very fractured mind, and he was in a catatonic state for years and under the care of Moira on the island. So we don't know if the TV series is going to follow the comic book. We don't know that yet. But it is going to be on FX. Soon.
So it's a Fox property, so they can talk about mutants.
Yeah, he said mutants, and I was like, whoa, did they say mutants?
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a quick line like he's the most powerful mutant we've ever seen, and that is exactly what he's like in X-Men. He's a suicidal psychic with powers beyond imagination. So it shows a bit of that. It shows a lot of fragmentation. It shows a lot of his mind and how he takes over people and stuff.
Okay.
So that looks really good.
All right, next one, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Season 4? The next season, I don't know how many seasons it's been going for. But
so it's not one I watch either.
No, I kind of dropped off,
Someone kept telling me to stick with it because season 2 was good, but I just couldn't. Season 1 was just too hard to swallow.
It's not on Netflix.
It's not on Netflix either, so, sorry. But what's big? Ghost Rider is back. Not the Nicolas Cage version. Okay, because that would be scary. This Ghost Rider is the new Ghost Rider. It's not Johnny Blaze. It's also not even Daniel Ketch, who is another bike riding Ghost Rider. This Ghost Rider drives a car. Yeah. And his name is...
Ghost Driver.
Ghost Driver. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. His name is Robbie Reyes. And he rides around in a car called the Hell Charger, which is a 1969 Dodge Charger. Typical story. He was gunned down by the mafia, and instead of dying, he made a deal with the devil, and now he's Ghost Rider. So expect to see that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Who would have thought? Ghost Rider's back. Don't really watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so not much more I can offer in this space. But I'll try, I guess, to start watching a bit of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but, until it gets on Netflix, can't really help you there. Talking about Netflix.
All right, so there was a massive panel, I think, on the Saturday as well, on Netflix shows. So we're talking about Luke Cage, Iron Fist, which is coming out very soon, and I guess that's all going to culminate into the Defenders.
Yeah.
I've got a very short teaser on that, but let's start with Luke Cage.
Yeah, so we all know him from Jessica Jones.
Yes.
He's super strength, impenetrable skin. The trailer shows him fighting crime. Not something we saw a lot in Jessica Jones.
There was a few scenes, like there was a bar scene, and to be honest, I haven't finished the series.
What?
I kind of dropped off, sorry. I'll have to do it. There's so many other things to watch, Kelvin.
I know. It's you've got Star Wars, you've got all that stuff.
What I loved about the trailer was the music, man. It was Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah. There was a lot of good music. And then talking about great music, they use Kurt Cobain for Defenders.
Yeah, Come As You Are.
So Netflix is just killing it with the trailers right now.
Iron Fist, so we don't know too much about this character just yet, apart from the fact that he's in the game that I used to play, Clash of Champions.
Yeah, so we met the actor Finn Jones at Supernova, who plays Loras Tyrell, Game of Thrones. He was in that 4-man panel. That's him. So he's grown a beard since then. So it'd be interesting. Not a lot came out. He punched a wall, so it shows that he got kung fu all over him. Looks quite dark and gritty, sort of Jessica Jonesy ish. I
mean, this was a very short clip, wasn't it? So this is only, I think it's out next year in January. Luke Cage is out, I think, in September, so that's coming out very soon. Defenders is probably going to be after Iron Fist, so Yeah, it's all happening in that sort of space. Teaming up with Jessica Jones and also Daredevil. Is there another one? I think that's it.
Yeah, it's four of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're hopefully forming the Defenders. Very, very, very short teaser came out about the Defenders. Not so much for us to formulate any idea.
Enough for all of us geeks to get very excited.
Yep. They also did announce that Daredevil is coming back for season 3.
Of course,
so that's going to be good.
I still haven't finished season 2. Okay.
Well, you have a bit of time.
All right. The other thing coming to Netflix is Star Trek Discovery. So this is a new Star Trek TV series.
Yeah.
First time since like 2007, I think.
And all we got to see was the USS Discovery.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
So like, I'm not Trekkie or, I won't pretend to be, but
No.
I mean the spaceship kind of looked retro in a way, like almost before Enterprise.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's leading towards a sort of some sort of who is the alliance of the Star Trek?
Ooh, you're talking to the wrong guy.
Okay.
The only thing I know is the Kelvin timeline.
Kelvin timeline. I don't think this is
anything
on the Kelvin
outside
timeline.
of the Kelvin timeline. I'm not across, but this will obviously be on Netflix, which is quite interesting.
So I think so reading this, there's an article in SMH about this, but this is actually produced by CBS, so it's going to be on terrestrial TV in America, but I think Netflix Australia is picking it up.
Oh, nice.
Which is interesting in itself.
Yes.
Right? So Netflix is doing deals
for
on behalf of us.
Now. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Netflix.
Yeah.
I feel like I should clap, but I won't. So it's really interesting. So, another nail in the coffin for Foxtel then.
Foxtel or even the other networks, right?
Yikes.
Because like what rates these days? Not Star Trek.
No. Wow, that's a big win.
Because I was listening to a podcast. I think it was the Geeks Interrupted guys. Sorry guys. Were you talking about this? Maybe it was someone else. Anyway, they were saying how it's on late night on a Thursday. I think Star Trek: The Next Generation, which is a cult series and everyone loves. But before that is the Footy Show, the Melbourne Footy Show. And apparently that usually goes over by like 30 or 40 minutes, and sometimes they don't show Star Trek at all. So like the mega, super Star Trek nerds, they all complain to Channel 9, but Netflix, you don't have to worry about scheduling. So,
yeah, there you go. This is what happened when you piss off the nerds. Netflix comes to their rescue.
That's right. Okay, let's move along. I think that's it with Marvel. I think that's about as much Marvel I can take.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
Marvel and DC. There was some other news, however.
Yeah, who would have thought?
I mean, there's, this is Comic-Con, so obviously there's a lot of comic news.
Yeah.
We probably won't touch on that this week. And there's just so much. We're just going to talk about the big things, the big movies, and possibly TV series coming up. One cool trailer that dropped was Kong, as in King Kong, Skull Island, with our hero Tom Hiddleston and also Brie Larson.
Yeah. So that looks pretty good. It's got Samuel L. Jackson as well. And the guy who looks like John Candy.
John Goodman.
Thank you.
He doesn't look like John.
Okay, I get them mixed up. Okay, it's a common mistake. Don't judge me.
Yes.
John Goodman. So John Goodman looks like the evil dude. Samuel L. Jackson looks like the pilot of the helicopter.
I don't know. I don't know if this is based on a comic book or like some book perhaps, but this is sort of dealing with the King Kong world. I mean, there's like, you see scenes of like skeletons, massive skeletons, and people just walking through, and you see like a huge ape.
Why do it so soon after the last one? I mean, it's barely been half a decade, right? 5-6 years since the last King Kong
Peter Jackson
movie. Yeah, the Peter Jackson one.
Probably 10 years.
10 years.
Think. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Give it a break. Give King Kong a break. There was you sort of did see the silhouette of King Kong. I mean, he looks big.
Massive, yeah.
Because this is from the same team as Godzilla, who did Godzilla. So I can see them going for the same size and all. But man,
is it the shared universe? Godzilla and King Kong. There you go.
That's a movie
Coming
I would pay to
right
watch.
Yeah. Also, this is a good one. Luc Besson, you know this guy?
Yes.
The French director.
Fifth
Amazing
Element.
guy.
Yep.
Actually, at the time, I really didn't like this movie, The Fifth Element. But, I think it's sort of grown on me over the years. But he's been working on this project for, 30 years, I think he said, since he was the age of 13. So this is called Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets. Great
rolls straight off the tongue.
Yeah, but did you know this is based on a classic French comic book or comic series? So it originated from the 60s even.
Wow.
And the stars of the movie are Dane DeHaan. So he was in The Amazing Spider-Man Returns, the one with the Facebook guy. Oh God,
the verb.
Yeah, he was the main villain for that. Cara Delevingne.
Yep,
who's the Enchantress.
Yep.
Also, Clive Owen is in it, and Ethan Hawke, and also John Goodman.
Hey,
and another big one, Rihanna.
Yes, because the character
from Battleship.
That Battleship scene must have got her this one.
Yes. But anyway, this I saw some footage of the panel here. Besson, he was really, really excited. This is like a labor of love for him. He's literally thought about this for, pretty much all his adult life.
Yes.
He said stuff like, like back when The Fifth Element came out, he's a very weird character. He kind of admits to that. But only, like, he was too weird for the world back then. But he feels like, now that we're in the internet era, the world has caught up to his weirdness. So something like this would, kind of fly. So it wouldn't be just a cult movie that made no money. This is potentially a really, really huge hit. He talked about the differences as well. So in The Fifth Element, there was 200 special effects shots. This one has 2,800.
That's what time gives you.
Yeah, and there's something like 200 different alien life forms. A lot of it is designed for cosplayers. He totally admitted to that. So next year's Comic-Con, which we will be at, we'll see a lot of Valerian characters.
So is he creating a whole new universe? Star Wars?
Possibly, yeah.
Star Wars like.
Yeah, this is going to be like a Star Wars space opera kind of epic picture with, very sort of distinct black and white, good and evil.
And I think we need a bit of Luc Besson in our lives right now. Something entirely different.
That's right, yeah.
So no, I think this looks great. Can't wait.
Yeah, so there was a 7-minute clip at Hall H. Got a standing ovation. Hopefully some of the footage will come out soon, but we've got nothing so far except for a few sort of studio shots, pictures here and there. So yeah, really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, no. This could be the dark horse of the next 10 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Do you have a favorite? Anything that really stood out for you?
So much. I'm thinking sort of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Really like the direction that's going. And Luke Cage, I think. The whole Netflix universe. Is that what we call it now?
Yeah. The TV wise. I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange. Always liked him in the comic books, so can't wait to see how they pull that one off. I've got faith in the Cumber-bitch. So
you're a Cumber-bitch.
Yeah, I'm a Cumber-bitch. So I'm looking forward to that. TV wise, there's just so much. Defenders for me after Luke Cage. I don't know why they dropped that one, to be honest. It's made me slightly excited. I wonder I think it'll probably drop after Daredevil season 3, so we're a long way away.
Yeah.
So 1 to 2 years, probably too soon, but hell, great concept.
All right. So let's wrap it up, Kelvin. So if you wanted to write to us, you can find us on Twitter at The Lazy Couch, also The Lazy Couch Podcast at gmail.com. Find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching for The Lazy Couch Podcast. Our website is thelazycouch.com. If you're listening to us on iTunes, you can rate us like you did for same as One Paul and Mini Treehouse. Thanks, guys, again. That's really going to help. And Geoff out.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. It's on the website. That's all. Kelvin.
So you're fast.
That feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team. People with special abilities. You see, I believe enemies are coming.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are? Just like that?
Yeah, I need friends.
Great.
Can I keep this?